Sometimes life feels like it's working against you. You try your best, yet nothing seems to move. You see others getting what you prayed for, while you're still waiting, still struggling, still questioning, why me? If you've ever felt like life has been unfair, this story is for you. There was once a young man named Aaron. He lived in a small town, surrounded by hills and farms. Aaron was known for his hard work, the kind of person who never gave up easily. But no matter how much effort he put in, life seemed to reward everyone except him. When he studied hard, his grades were average. When he helped others, they rarely said thank you. When he dreamed big, something always went wrong. His friend Noah, on the other hand, seemed to have it all. Good family, good luck, good life. Noah would casually win prizes, get job offers, and receive praise, while Aaron quietly stood in the background, pretending it didn't hurt. But deep inside, he was tired of always trying and never feeling seen. One day, after another disappointing result, Aaron walked to the edge of the forest near his town. It was a quiet place where he often went to clear his head. Sitting under an old oak tree, he whispered, "Why is life so unfair to me? I do everything right, yet nothing seems to work. What am I doing wrong?" An old man who often gathered herbs nearby overheard him. His name was Elias, a man known in the town for his strange but wise ways of looking at life. Elias approached Aaron with a soft smile and said, "You believe life is unfair because you are looking at it from too close." Aaron frowned. "From too close? What does that even mean?" Elias sat beside him. "Let me tell you something. Come with me tomorrow morning to the riverbank. I'll show you what I mean." The next day, the sky was golden with sunrise when Aaron arrived. Elias handed him 2 small clay pots, one perfectly shaped and one slightly cracked. "Fill both with water," he said. Aaron filled them carefully. The cracked pot leaked a little on the way back, while the perfect one remained full. When they reached the hut, Elias pointed to the path they had just walked. "Look carefully at both sides of the road." Aaron noticed that one side, the one where he carried the cracked pot, was full of green plants, small flowers, and fresh grass, while the other side was dry and dull. Elias smiled. "You see, the cracked pot spilled water along the way every morning. What seemed like a flaw created life on that path. Sometimes what you call unfair is simply life watering seeds you can't see yet." Aaron stood silent, feeling the meaning sink deep into his heart. For so long, he had compared his dry moments to others' blooming gardens, never realizing that his own struggles were quietly nurturing something that just took longer to grow. Elias continued, "The river doesn't ask the mountain, why it must flow downward. The seed doesn't complain to the tree about being buried in darkness. Everything has its turn. Life's timing is never wrong. It's just not always visible to impatient eyes. For the first time, Aaron felt calm. Maybe the things that didn't work out were not punishments, but protection. Maybe being overlooked wasn't rejection, but redirection. Maybe his story wasn't late. It was simply unfolding in silence. Days passed, and Aaron began to live differently. He stopped rushing to compare. He learned to appreciate small wins, a kind word, a clear sunrise, a problem solved slowly. He realized that peace didn't come from fairness. It came from faith. Months later, a storm hit the town. Heavy rain flooded the fields. The roads were broken, and many farms were destroyed. Noah's land, the most fertile, was hit the worst. But surprisingly, Aaron's small piece of land on the hill survived. The same rocky, uneven ground he used to hate had saved him. While others were rebuilding, he used his land to help his neighbors recover. The same people who once ignored him now stood by his side with respect. When Noah asked, "How did your land survive when mine didn't?" Aaron smiled, remembering Elias's words. Maybe the cracks in my path were never a curse. Maybe they were preparing me for this day. Years later, Aaron built a small school near that riverbank. He named it the Cracked Pot School. When people asked about the strange name, he would tell the same story Elias told him, about how imperfections often serve a purpose we can't yet understand. He would say, "The world teaches you to fix your cracks, but sometimes your cracks are what make you capable of giving back." Life isn't unfair, it's unfolding differently for each of us. He often stood near the river at sunset, watching the reflection of the trees dance on the water, and thought about how far he had come. The unfair moments, the losses, the pain, they all connected like unseen roots beneath the soil. They built him quietly, just as the cracked pot had watered flowers without even knowing it. So, if you ever feel like life is treating you unfairly, remember Aaron's story. Maybe your struggle has a purpose that's still growing underground. Maybe your timing is not wrong, just hidden. The day will come when you'll look back and see why certain doors had to close, why certain people left, why certain paths took longer. Fairness isn't about getting what others have. It's about trusting that what's meant for you will not pass you by. The river still flows, even when rocks block its way. The seed still grows, even in the dark. And your journey, no matter how uneven, is leading you somewhere beautiful. So stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Maybe this, too, is preparing me." Because sometimes the most unfair chapters are the ones that make the story worth telling.